The communicative approach, communicative language teaching, or CLT for short, differs from previous teaching approaches as it doesn't set out a set method of structuring lessons. Instead, the communicative approach provides a theory of how languages are best learned and makes suggestions based on this theory on how languages should be taught and which activities work best. It also differs from previous approaches as it realizes the need to teach learners how to use the language, as well as teaching the language itself. It's all well and good knowing loads of words and how to form grammatical structures, but we also need to be aware of register, the formality of the language we use. The language we use with our friends and family isn't always appropriate in other situations. We must also be aware of language functions. It's easy to identify the function of this question, to offer a beer, and Sue's response, accepting the beer. But the way we use English isn't always so clear. Once again, this person uses language to offer a beer, but Bob's response could cause confusion to language learners, as its function, to refuse the offer, is less obvious. Misunderstanding language function can hinder effective communication, and is partly why this scene from Forrest Gump amuses us. Task 1. What does the communicative approach say learners need to achieve communicative competence? The communicative approach says learners need language knowledge and knowledge of how to use the language to achieve communicative competence. Look at these images. What do they show? Image A shows language being translated. Image B shows language being used. Communicative language teaching is based on the idea that learners best learn a language when they're actively using it. Task 3. Which activity creates purposeful communication? How can this help students learn? Activity B provides meaningful communication. This can help students learn because it's learner-centered and it has a real-life purpose. The communicative approach believes learners benefit most from activities that provide meaningful communication. And so direct practice is given in speaking, listening, reading and writing skills. And importance is given to learners' personal experiences, which are used alongside authentic materials in class. Task 4. What do these images show? Which image shows learners involved in communication? Both images show a teacher and students. Image B shows learners involved in communication. Communicative language teaching casts teachers in the role of facilitators. When a teacher has the role of facilitator, they have moved away from the traditional approach to teaching and teachers being the instructor. When the role of the teacher is that of facilitator of learning, the teacher is involved in leading discussions, asking questions which may not have a correct answer, and guiding students throughout their learning. So, to recap, the communicative approach says for effective communication we need to know both the language itself and how to use it. Learners best learn a language when they actively use it. Learners benefit most from activities that provide meaningful communication. Teachers are facilitators rather than instructors. And classroom activities aim to create meaningful communication so that learners are able to use their additional language in unrehearsed contexts in real life.